Mr. Duncan, listen to me. Mr. Duncan, separate and unequal, has never been successful. It didn't work in the century just past. It will not work in the century ahead. And anyone who tells us otherwise is lying to himself and to the people of America. I'm in your schools all the time. Class size is soaring in the poorest schools. I walk into classes with 35, 40, 42 children packed into a single room. I walked into a monstrous high school in Los Angeles. 5,000 children, 5,000 students, 12 white kids in the entire school. The school was so crowded that there were classrooms for only half those students. Where'd the others go to class? They went to class in trailers, ugly trailers. I walked into a 10th grade class, history class, a wonderful teacher teaching that class. She had 42 students in that room. There were chairs for only 30. The other kids stood against the wall, right in front of the students. I looked at her and said, "How in hell do you teach 42 students?" Don't ever ask that question. She said, "Here, find out." And she handed me the class and left the room. Let me tell you something. I still have to listen to people in high places in our government, right here in Washington, who insist to me that class size does not matter. You know what I do? You know what I do? I always ask them where their own kids go to school. Typically in Washington, they don't even go to public schools. They go to very costly private schools where class size seldom rises higher than 15. In the worst of cases, it might creep up to 20. Let me tell you something. I don't know what you feel, but here's what I believe. By the way, the senators and the president send their kids to those kinds of schools. Did you know that? Yeah. 15 children in a class. Listen to me. If very small class size and the individual attention this allows a teacher to devote to every child, if this is good for the children of a senator or president, a corporate executive or a big-time CEO, then it's good for the poorest child of the poorest mother in America. Don't let our leaders get away with this hypocrisy. No. Let me tell you, you cannot compensate for inequalities like these by putting good and decent teachers underneath a sword of ignorant and narrowly numerical accountability. And punishing those teachers if they will not drill and kill their kids for the entire year so they can artificially inflate their scores. What we have today, my friends, is not is not intelligent accountability, but primitive and crude accountability, devised by people who know nothing about children, who disregard every single aspect of a child's learning that cannot be reducible to a number.